Hi guys, welcome to my new video. So in this video I'll be discussing about when is the right time to do an MBA. The short answer is you should have 2 to 4 years of experience. Like if you are my little cousin or somebody very close to me, I'll say get a job, a decent job, and work for 2 to 4 years and then think about doing an MBA. Because look, in this video I'll be talking about what are the advantages that experienced people enjoy in MBA, what are the risks for the experienced folks, what are the advantages that freshers enjoy. I was a fresher, and what you should do if you are a fresher. Okay, so I'll cover up like everything. So why I'm saying that doing MBA would be better, because doing job before MBA would be better, because like uh, if a company is hiring you, okay, so it basically is a reflection of your like past work, your 10th grade, your 12th grade, your graduation, what you have done, and then you get a job. So basically now you have something in mind, for example, like what you have done and what kind of a job you are getting. Okay, so this is something that you can work upon when doing MBA. Now in your job they are paying you, so they will get things out of you. Like nobody enjoys a free lunch. The boss will put pressure on you. You have to do things in deadlines. It is mostly entry level jobs, especially for non-technical entry roles, but still there are deadlines, still there is pressure, still there is office politics. And also, like, you earn for the first time, you understand money management. Probably you'll be working in a different city from your hometown, so you have to adjust to a new city. And so like everything that you manage, it kind of makes you more mature. And then you take a conscious call, like what is my opportunity cost if I like don't work for 2 years, I do my MBA. So you do all these kind of maths, and then the sincerity becomes a lot higher compared to somebody who has no clue about the corporate world and he's just doing an MBA because that is the next best thing to do. Like that was my mindset. That was exactly the next best thing. And so I was a fresher, but like uh these folks who have worked for 2 to 4 years of experience, they when they discuss something in the class now, it brings, but it feels like very enriching, because they can relate with it when they were working. Like for example, it's organizational behavior kind of a subject. They know what kind of behavior they felt when like dealing with their manager, senior leadership or peers. So then they bring in those discussion, like people who were involved in like BTL activities, who are doing sales. They can bring in very like insightful conversations, which I really felt that like I have no clue about. And whatever they used to discuss, that also I was not able to connect. So that really, like, I felt I should have done some experience, like I should have got some experience before coming to MBA. Now, like, what are the risks if you are an experienced candidate? Look, when you are working, like for example, if you have 2 years of like work, and then maybe they'll tell you that if you stay for one more year you can get promotion, then the salary hike. And then you do your maths, like if I stay, what my salary is going to be in next 1 or 2 years. If I quit the job and join MBA, what is the opportunity cost lost? And you do all this math, and then maybe there would be a thought that MBA doesn't make much sense. Like if you can crack the top elite colleges, then it makes sense, otherwise it doesn't. And then you like delay your decision, and eventually you don't do the MBA, because at the age of 30, 35, it would be very difficult for you to like quit again and do the MBA, because at that time it's really difficult. Now, a corporate, like another risk that experienced people is that they have tasted the corporate world. And like for example, if you are working and the environment where you are working is very toxic, so you come to MBA college, the pressure is less compared to when you were in corporate world. And you are very mindful of the fact that which company I am going, what is the work culture in this company. So you are very choosy which company to apply for, which company to not. And in that like thought process, you might skip few companies, and eventually there could be a possibility that you are not getting placed. And even recruiter side, they will prefer candidates who are like who don't have this baggage of experience, who can like slog in like lengthy hours, who can travel a lot. Like if it's a sales role, they will ask you to work in a tier 3 town, and you should be ready for it. Like experienced folk, they know that these folks will not like be willing to do all this stuff, but it would be difficult for them to persuade or like convince the recruiter, like, you know, I'm open for all this stuff. So these are the few risks if you are an experienced candidate. Okay, now I'll talk what are the advantages of being a fresher. Like I mentioned earlier, like there is no baggage. Okay, they can slog in huge hours because they don't have a reference point, like what work culture exactly is like. So when you graduate from any decent MBA college, this is the first time you are working, you have no reference point, and you will try to prove yourself, like I am worthy, I can do stuff. Okay, and corporates also love it. That's why you will notice that in a lot of colleges the freshers are getting very high packages. Those roles seemingly not like very looking, you can say, strategical, but eventually these people slog in and they get into, like, firstly you have to get into the system. It may be a sales role, it may be a business development role, but if it is a top firm, you get into that company, and then you can internally move towards the profile or the position that you are looking forward to. Like in my case, that was the reality. uh, like I always wanted to be a marketer, I wanted to do marketing, but like MBA version of marketing, what I had in my mind and what eventually I saw, it's very different. Maybe I'll make another video on that. But I wanted to do marketing, and like any podcast, any video that I used to watch, they would say the route to marketing is sales. Okay, this what I felt. I'm not 100% sure whether it's true and whether I currently also believe in this, but at that time I used to believe, and that's why I was open for any role. And there were very good sales roles, very high package sales roles, and eventually I cracked one of them. Okay, so I didn't have this mindset. Okay, and I was ready to grind. I also knew that these experienced folks might be preferred because uh, they would have something in their CV to reflect. Like if I am a fresher, I used to fear that they would ask me academics related to my graduation, or something academics related to MBA. But for these experienced folk, it is like they will have to talk about what they have done. Like you have, for 2 years you were working, so they will ask about that only. So you'll be more comfortable in talking about that rather than academics. So I really felt that I have to do something additional. So this I will discuss in the next section. Like if you are a fresher, what you should do. Like if you have a very good profile, then also I would suggest like one internship is mandatory in every MBA colleges, but do more. Like there are live projects. Okay, any freelancing work that you can do, any part time, get associated with an NGO. Like this I'm not saying for the sake of it. I was associated with an NGO called Jiva Ashray in Lucknow, and I did around 7 to 8 live projects. And it's not like it's not easy. Like if you are reaching out to a company like I can work for you, they will expect sincerity from you. It's not like you will go there, do for 3 4 hours and they'll give you the certificate. No, you have to make them believe that you were useful to them, and then only they give those certificates. So life projects you can do, internships, like virtual internships you can do after your like classes. Internships would be difficult, but life projects, so definitely you can do. You can participate in this case competitions and all, just to build upon your CV points. Okay, now like when I was joining my MBA, like in one of the top colleges, I just heard that they say that you should have 32 pointers in your CV to talk about, and you need to choose like which pointers I am going to finally share with my recruiters. So this stuck with me, and I was always working towards like how I can build more points. Like if I am doing one live project, this is one pointer. If I have cracked one case competition, if I have won something in the college inter college competition, this is the second point. So in one of the top IMs only, they said ki you should have 32 points. Like if you have a very good 10th grade, 12th grade, graduation grade, these are 3 pointers. So 32 pointers. So these all things were in my mind. So I was slogging really hard in my MBA, and I didn't have any pressure. Like I was not earning before. So anything that was coming, like my aim was to get the average package of that college. So when I got it, I was happy. Later on, there was some dream company, so I got a even better package. But we don't have a baggage, but experienced folks, they have a baggage, because if you are earning, let's say, 10 lakhs, and after doing 2 years of MBA you get a package of 12 lakhs, like it doesn't make any sense. In that 12 lakhs also there would be fixed and variable, different components. So like both have their own merits and demerits, but I would like to conclude it with the same thing. Look, MBA is not just about your post MBA salary, post MBA company, post MBA job. It's also about like your networks in that college, and what you are taking out from that college. Like what are your learnings? Because eventually everyone is the same page, but people who are experienced, who have slogged in corporate world before coming to MBA, they would enjoy it more, they would understand it more, their seriousness would be much higher, and like they will come with one strategy, like why I am here. I need to do this, I need to focus on my academic, I need to build. They are more, you can say, sincere towards this MBA course. And that is why I felt like if you are an experienced candidate, it would be better for you to do MBA. And when I was going through my classes and these discussions used to happen, I used to get frustrated. And like for example, if you have worked before, and like if you don't like your work, you can do an MBA. But if you are a fresher, you're joining an MBA college, then you get into a company, and if you don't like it, you want to again go back to studies, you don't have a chance. So that also sometimes used to make me sad. But there are pros and cons for both. There is, to be honest, no right time. It is basically what is your current situation. If you don't see anything happening, and you are desperate for some validation, you are desperate for something to give you confidence, do MBA right now. If you are getting a decent college, I'm not saying for the sake of it, if you're getting a decent college, like I am okay. So I knew like I needed it to build upon my confidence. So it was like a it was I was desperate for that thing. So I did MBA, and I have no regrets. uh, but in the hindsight, I feel if I had that maturity, if I had got one job, I would have preferred that and then done my MBA, like after 2 to 3 years of experience. But no right time. Whatever suits you best. All the best. Thank you for watching.